Cage Minds, Micah Frankel here with the Diamond Boy, Matthew Griego. We're done with the press conference for the Rumble at Revel on February 4th. So you got the press conference done. We've had you on radio, getting all the interviews knocked out. Do you feel like you're getting to a point now where you can focus on the opponent and the fight? Because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, I've been focusing on my fight since it was first announced, but now we buckle down and, a little bit less to do and just get ready. So, yeah.
The maiden voyage for Wrecking Crew Promotions. I believe it's been a little bit that your dad's had this promoter's license, so this fire's been kind of getting going for quite a while, and now we're ready to do something with it. What did that mean to you guys a couple months ago when you said, it's go time, we're really doing this?
It means a lot because, we had it set a while back. We were going to throw a show at Athletic Casino, and unfortunately that didn't work out. This one, once it got official, my dad got all his insurance bonds and everything set. It was exciting. I mean, I know we'll do well. I know with the card that we have that we should do well on tickets, and I think it's going to be a hell of a show.
How different was it for you, matchmaking, getting on the business side of boxing? I know you've sold tickets and there's been a business side, but you just got a whole lot deeper into the game.
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I mean, there was times where I was like a little bit stressed out because I think my opponent was the toughest one to get. My weight division's here far and beyond. I mean, there's not very many of them in the U.S., so getting guys out of Mexico, either they don't have their visa or they can't come, or so thankfully we found Bryan Aquino, and who is a tough opponent. I didn't have to go and find nobody that's not very good. We're going against a very good competitor, and it's going to be a war. So it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't stressful or anything. It was just another thing to have fun with.
You've expressed it to me, but it was an ultra high importance to you to get a tough opponent to come out here, to get in the ring with somebody that would take you to a next level. I don't think you see that all the time. Talk to us about that desire that you have.
Well, I mean, I feel like in this sport, if you want to beat something, you have to beat these guys. There's no way around it. I mean, yeah, I could stay here and beat guys that I should beat here and over and over and over again, but that's not what I'm in this sport to do. I had a dream since I was 5 years old to be a world champion, and the only way to do that is to fight tough fighters and keep climbing up. And every fight's going to be my toughest fight from here on out.
Every fight's your toughest fight. What did you gain from the last experience? And not just the fight, but also dealing with some unusual circumstances. It's outdoors. It's raining. You had to walk through the rain to get to the ring. There was some other adversities just mixed in. What was that last experience like, and what did it prove to you?
I mean, every fight's going to have their own little roadblocks or little, turns that you have to make, and those are just some of them, The crowd was a little hectic. I mean, the rain was a little hectic. My opponent was tough. I just had to work through it and, focus on the game plan and focus on getting the job done, and that's what we did that night.
I'm at an MMA gym the other day doing interviews. One of the guys is like, man, I was just at the boxing gym. I saw that Matthew Griego, and that dude's got some speed. He's legit. When you see other people in the community of combat sports here locally, and they're recognizing what you're doing, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, as Pitbull was saying earlier, he's seen me fighting since I was 5 years old and working hard. And, he was one of those guys that whenever I was amateur, you look at and you see him doing big things and winning big fights. And you learn a lot from that. So I probably said the same things about a lot of fighters coming up, like, and it's cool to know that other people are watching and keep their eyes peeled and see that I do have talent and I could fight. But it's one thing training, and it's a whole different thing getting in the ring and fighting with 8-ounce gloves. That guy's in there to take my head off, and I'm in there to do the same with him. So I'm excited, bro. It's just I'm ready for the fight.
We know that there's many different levels to this game. You'll see guys all the time, I know how to box, I can take a fight, and then you look at the Canelo level, and it's like, dude, there's so many more books that you can read about this sport. You say you know how. So with that thought in mind, somebody like yourself that's having nothing but success, what are you looking at to constantly force yourself to improve?
I mean, one of my sayings is the day you stop learning is the day you stop becoming the best. And I think it's very important to consistently keep on learning, because in this sport, I don't think you should ever stop learning. I don't think Floyd Mayweather ever stopped learning. I don't think Muhammad Ali ever stopped learning. I don't think Johnny Tapia ever stopped learning. Anything that you could pick up from trainers, from fighters, good and bad, it should be good. I mean, you have to keep on learning in this sport. So that's what keeps me hungry, is to keep on learning and growing and getting better.
So from when we saw you a couple months ago at the golf course, what do you feel like was your biggest improvement that night?
I faced some adversity, like you had said, not only in the ring but outside of it. But the biggest thing was in the ring. I mean, I believe I did get caught with a overhand right hand, and it kind of buzzed me a little bit, and I had to work through that. And I don't think really many people knew that I got buzzed or was hurt at any time in that fight. But I did get caught with a shot, and it taught me to work through it. And that's one of the biggest things that I think I learned in that fight.
Now, as we look towards this next one, Bryan, tough game opponent. How do you assess him? What kind of danger do you see in this fight?
First of all, he's a southpaw. I know he's going to be slick, and I know he has good feet. From just the little clips that I've seen of him, there's not too much out there, so that's another thing that there's not too much to study on him. But I believe in my team. I believe in Manuel Naya. I believe in Taz Almanzar. I believe in the sparring I'm getting with Yoruba Maru Jr. and also Fidel Maldonado Jr. They're both southpaws. They're both very tricky, and so I don't think this guy's going to bring anything to the table that I'm not ready for.
We don't want to count our ducks before they're hatched, but you guys said 3 shows this year for Wrecking Crew Promotions. Is that an intention for you to compete on all 3?
Yes, unless something else comes up bigger. I mean, I'm open to big opportunities. If I get called for a big fight, then I'm willing to take it. So if nothing comes up, then I'll be fighting here 3 times this year, hopefully.
Talking about big fights, big expectations. You guys can hear the radio show this weekend. We did Mike Adams 2.0. Mike said it. He expects you to be the 7th world champion to bring a belt back to New Mexico. This isn't news. A lot of people have put those expectations out there. How do you deal with this pressure? Because I've been hearing these thoughts about you as long as I've known you.
My nickname isn't Diamond Boy for nothing. Diamonds are made under pressure, so that's what makes us better, and that's what makes me stronger, is the pressure. I love the pressure put on me. I love for people to doubt me. I love for people to believe in me. Either way, it just adds fuel to the fire and makes me train really hard.
And the last thing, tickets are still available. How can people get them?
Go to abqrevel.com. You could pick your seats there. There's all the good seats are starting to go quick, so get them as soon as you could.
We'll see you guys February 4th.